Hello again, and welcome back to my Makai Kingdom series. Um, we are well. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it. Today we are going to be picking up from where we left off last time. Last time we abused stage 4-5 in order to level up this level 58 Sword Master, and she is pretty cool. Look at that, 1770 attack. We also equipped her with this prisoner chain. We're going to be using that a little bit later. But let me talk real quick about last episode. I made a couple of mistakes in the last episode. They're not a big deal. Um, but I am going to be taking action this episode to kind of rectify them. The first mistake we made is that when I was reincarnating Craw, this character here, I was passing through various classes to pick up skills. I forgot to pick up pretty much the most important one, and that's Carrot, in order to get your plus experience and your plus mana. Um, that might be, I mean, if we had done that, we might be at level 61 or higher, which is what we want. But there's no sense crying about it now. It's not going to take long to get up to level 61. I'll have to clear stage 3, 4 like probably 4 times, I think it is, which will take, it's going to be less than 5 minutes. We'll do that later. But another thing that I forgot to do while Kra was low level is spend some of his mana on a couple of level 1 free dungeons. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to wish for a couple of level 1 free dungeons right now, and I think I know how to do it. So what we're going to do first, let's see, we've got we got our level 1 merchant here. We're going to first equip this merchant with as much attack raising equipment as we can find. And I'm just going to real quickly kind of just unequip everybody here so that we're absolutely certain we have the best options available to us. Absolutely everybody is going to take all their gear off. Yeah, that's all right. We just took our prisoner chain off of Craw. That's okay. That's everybody. All right. So now we're going to go over here and sort our equipment by attack. And that's going to, well, look at that. The prisoner chain is the highest attack item we have. That's fine. So we'll go to our merchant here. We'll equip her with the prisoner chain, and then let's see, all of these are weapons. There should be some belts somewhere down here. 9 mil, that's vehicle equipment. Let's see, keep going. There we go, courage belt. There should be a power belt down there too. Here we go. Should be a Chinese dress down here too, I think, at some point. Unless, I think we reincarnated through it, didn't we? Whatever, that's fine, this will work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sort our items by defense, and we want to look at the bottom. Look at that. So we've got a couple that are actually minus defense. We're going to equip those on our Sword Master, and you'll see what I'm getting at in a second. I promise this is going to make sense very soon. So we've got this bazooka, that's minus defense. We're going to equip that. We've got this Makai grass, that's minus defense. So how are we doing so far? So her defense is down to 51. Let's keep going. Let's see. The skinny weed is another -8. Uh, is there anything else we can do? No, that's okay. The rest of these, okay, that's our defense is as low as we can, but we reduced it quite a bit. So her defense is now down to what 43, whereas our where is she? Our merchant here, her attack is up to 204. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make this merchant our leader, and we'll summon a weapon. It doesn't really matter which weapon you summon. Let's see. I'll sort by type. Let's just summon something like, let's just summon a dagger. It doesn't matter. The stats of whatever you pick up this way on the hub aren't actually factored into what we're about to do, so it doesn't really matter. And we're just going to go over here to our Sword Master and whack. There we go. 3 hits and we did it. Now let's to show you why I did that, let's go look at our. You see, and now she has 58 mana. This character has never killed anything. I should have demonstrated before we started this. Her mana was at 0. Now she's got 58. So that was a very quick way to just make a little bit of mana. We're going to do that one more time. So now that we've healed, we're going to summon Craw. And one more time. There we go. Oh wow, I don't have enough money to heal. That's potentially a problem. Let's see. We'll sell some items. Yeah, this will do. All right, so there we go. All right. Running out of money like that is not a huge problem. We're gonna be fine. So our merchant here now has got 116 mana. That should be enough for our purposes, I think. So she's level 1. We're gonna have her wish for a. That is what I forgot to do. I should have done that with Craw back when he was level 1, but I forgot to do it. But that's okay. Look, we've already made up for it, and that only took a couple minutes. So we are. Oh, my controller just died. Seriously? My controller died? Why did my controller die? That's not good. I charged it today. I'm really hoping that was a fluke. We're going to see what happens. My controller just like decided it wanted to turn itself off just now. All right. We're going to wish for one more. Um, there we go. And I should have, like I said, I should have done this when I was reincarnating Craw. I just forgot to. So anyway, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one of these free dungeons. And while I'm at it, I should probably explain a little bit what free dungeons are and what they're like. So free dungeons are kind of the infinite content in Makai Kingdom. Uh, you can always wish for one if you have the mana. There's you can do them forever. You can play Makai Kingdom forever. The game never runs out of content. The free dungeons are random. They're full of random enemies, random rewards. They are the place to go for powerful items. If you're in it for the long haul, you're going to be spending a lot of time in free dungeons. They are the end game. They're the equivalent of like what the item world is for Disgaea games. Um, but in Makai Kingdom, they're just called free dungeons, and they're not 100. They don't work 100% the same way. They're very similar, but they're not 100% the same. And I'm going to demonstrate to you what they're like. So let's see. Now, did we heal again? Yeah, we healed. Okay. Um, I'm not going to save. There's no need to. What we're going to do is we're going to go do one of those level 1 free dungeons. So let's get right into it. So these are the two that we wished for. Up here you see these happy dungeons. Those are something slightly different. Those are going to come into play a little bit later. But first, let's do these free dungeons. So you'll notice it says that the enemies are going to be level 1 and that there are 10 floors. The way free dungeons work is that when you first enter it, you'll be on floor 1. And every time you clear a floor, you progress to the next floor, and you'll do that until you run out of floors. The minimum number of floors is 10, and the maximum is 100. Um, but aside from that, the number of floors will be equal to the level of the character who wished for them. But the minimum is 10 and the maximum is 100. The character who wished for this was, of course, level 1. So it's 10 floors because that's the minimum, and every 10th floor is going to be a boss floor. So this is a short, simple, safe, easy, free dungeon, and we're going to try to knock it out quickly because we want something that's going to appear at the end. So here we go, free dungeon 1. Let's rock. Ooh, interesting. So right out of the gate, we've got a demonstration of why free dungeons are interesting, especially like low-level free dungeons like this. And that is because stuff like this drum can appear lying on the ground, even in this level one um, free dungeon. So look at the stats of this drum. It's plus 162 to HP, plus 162 to intelligence, and plus 162 to res also. That's really high stats for just to look. These are literally level one enemies, and the bonus list. Um, these are all, I mean, these are items that you'd probably see these on the bonus list of like stage 1-1. Look at the minuscule amounts of experience and money that these are the rewards. You see the huge difference between what you can potentially find here lying on the ground and the level of power of the other, constituent elements of the dungeon. In Makai Kingdom, items that are lying on the ground in dungeons can be uh, any weapon can appear. Um, I, uh, any class of weapons can appear, and the reason that this drum is here is because this is the lowest tier of drum, but it just so happens that drums, because they kind of don't appear later if you're playing in a casual way, um, the first tier drum is pretty powerful compared to something like a first tier sword. But there's this kind of loophole where you can find them in very low level dungeons because any class of weapon can appear, and it just so happens that the lowest class of this weapon is a pretty powerful item compared to everything else in this on this floor. Okay, so I've talked enough. You'll notice that we only need 100 points to clear this floor. That's great. Um, the only interesting thing on this floor is this drum, and it's worth 458. So all we need to do is grab this drum, and we're just going to head on. Oh, I forgot to take off. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I got to demonstrate that. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you want to be careful moving your characters because they can fall out of bounds like that. That's another weird buggy thing that sometimes happens in Makai Kingdom. So let's be a little bit more careful this time. We're going to have Big John move over here. There we go, and pick up the item. You see our score shoots up to 458. We didn't really have to do anything. Doesn't he look cool with that drum on? Anyway, yeah, so we're ready to move on. We want to try to do these quickly because there's 10 floors before we get where we want to go. But so that's pretty cool. I'm glad I was able to demonstrate that right out of the gate. All right, so uh, most of what we see here is just going to be like really kind of boring, worthless stuff. So we're just going to clear these floors quickly, but we do want to keep an eye out for a couple of things. So we're going to be doing that. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I get to you get to blow stuff up. All right, so bonus yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, 2 down already. And there we go. There's another interesting item. That is a wok. Yeah, this is the lowest class of frying pan. Attack plus 70, defense plus 70. It isn't as cool as the drum, but it's still kind of cool. We are going to, let's see. Yeah, let's invite. There we go. There's an extension. Let's see what else we got. We got a iron rapier over here. 25, 190. Yeah, okay, this will be easy. So kind of just out of greed, I'm going to grab that frying pan. And then I might do something cheeky like, so I don't have to move the book. I don't feel like it. Just have Big John hop in our tank here. There we go. And yeah, okay. There's nothing interesting there. Let me look at the character. I don't know. Sometimes I can be obsessive compulsive about making sure there's nothing. Okay, clear stage. Okay, and we're gonna head on to the 4th floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor, 4th floor. All right, so list of characters, palm tree. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Bonus list. None of that's interesting. Okay. The bazooka is definitely one of the more fun weapons. Oh, excuse me. All right, we'll just invite this zone is worth 522. We'll just invite a facility here. And let's see, 40. Let's see, bonus list. There's a vehicle. I don't really care about that vehicle. Let's see, 700. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, another important thing about free dungeons. Um, so you'll notice if you look at the upper left corner, this one has limitations. There are no vehicles allowed, and we're only allowed to invite 5 characters total. When you're doing free dungeons, you definitely want to pay attention to the limitations. Every time you get to a floor, that's like one of the first things you want to look at is that and whatever's in the bonus list. And if you look over here in the book, you see up in the top right, it's flashing blue. It's warning us we only have 3 invites remaining because we've already invited a facility and a character. So yeah, it's like I said before, Makai Kingdom is pretty brain dead, but it's not completely brain dead. You do kind of have to pay attention a bit. And that's just glasses. Yeah, that's not interesting. All right, let's move on. And what do we got here? No facilities, unlimited invites. This is worth 1,000. And what's in the bonus list? Mag barrier, turbo engine. None of that really matters. All right. So I'm just going to chuck the book over there. We'll do about right there. Here we go. These are, I mean, you can really disrespect this dungeon because it is full of level 1 enemies. But it is pretty cool that you can even in a dungeon full of level 1 enemies, you can find like useful stuff. There are actually 1 or 2 things that might show up if we get lucky that would make me very happy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Full of printy. Full of 1 printy. I don't remember what was in the bonus list. Isn't interesting. All right. So again, we're just gonna toss our book over there and blow up that printy. I probably should have looked at that stage before. That's all right. Doesn't matter. Steering wheel, bonus lists, 17. Yeah, we're gonna have to reveal an extension. Let's see, 56, 134, 276. That's what we ought to go for. And these non-boss floors they always only require 100 each. Let's see, 86, 152. Yeah, let's just do that. And if you know about the thing with dropping facilities on items like I've demonstrated, clearing floors is even quicker and easier than this. And that's good because the boss floors are really where you want to go. I am really interested in that syringe. I am going to grab that. That is one of the things that I said earlier. There were a couple things that could show up that would make me happy. That syringe is one of them, so I'm going to grab it. You might remember that when we did 3-3 in order to unlock the Apple Kid class, I was remarking that there were syringes there and that I might do something with those later. This find just now makes it so that I don't have to do that. So that's a good find. I'm happy about that. Yeah. So this take, I might I might cut this episode short in order to preserve this take. And look at that, we're already at floor 10. I didn't even notice. So this is a boss floor. Boss floors typically are going to have more extensions, usually in my experience like 4 or 5. This one seems to only have 3, so that's cool. Um, it's going to make this a little bit quicker. Uh, so on a boss floor, you will need 500 points as opposed to regular floors where you only need 100. And you'll notice here in the bonus list, look at that. That's the first crown item that we've seen yet. Um, I actually kind of want that. It's just too shiny to pass up. And since this is such a small uh, level, there's no reason not to go for it. So we're going to invite, yeah, we're just going to really quickly just slaughter this level. And then I'll probably do one other thing, and we'll cut this video short early because I want to preserve this take. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'll just invite a facility on that in order to reveal it. That's fine. Where's my? Yeah, let's do the doghouse. Why can't I invite it? Terrain too uneven? There we go. Yeah, I'll just. Oh, he can't get here. That's fine. That's all right. Another couple minutes. This will be. I know this isn't all that interesting. We're getting there. Don't worry. That final extension is the interesting one. Every boss floor, I shouldn't say every boss floor, most boss floors will have an extension that looks like the one that's about to be revealed. Once or twice, I've seen boss floors that don't have it, but the vast majority of them are going to have it. And at the center of it, right here, you're going to see one of these items, a diver. That is what we want. That's what we came here to get, and we're not leaving without it. That's actually, yeah, somewhat dangerous. Our what do you call it? Our sword master here is very min-maxed. So, she's defensively very weak for her level, and she's also still wielding as much defense-lowering items as we could put on her. So even this level 1 character was able to take about 25% of her health. So, oh yeah, wow, oof, that was close. I almost just killed him, and that would have cost me this diver. I'm glad that I had the mindfulness there to catch myself. Uh, because once there are no enemies left, if you've made enough points to clear the stage and there aren't any enemies left, you'll clear it. And then any items that you haven't looted are just gone. So we don't want that. We're gonna throw our tome over here. We're gonna invite one more thief. There we go. And yeah, that's gonna give me exactly the 1,000 points because we did everything. All right, so here we go. All right, so at this point, let's see, I think I'm going to do one more thing only, and then I'll cut the video short. Let's see. So the thing that I want to do, in fact, let's do this sort manually. Big John's getting, yeah, okay. Equipment. Yeah. All right, so we want our prisoner chain, yeah, and our attack boosting gear back on Craw, and we're gonna also, let's see, put our castle up top, and our academies right below it. And then we're going to put Craw in our castle. Yeah, and that's all we need to do. And we're going to go do like I said earlier, we're going to go do 3-4 like 4 times. And while I'm doing that, I'll explain why. Um, I want to get to level 61, and the reason I want to get there has to do with that item we just looted, the diver. So what the diver is, it's a consumable item that you want to take with you into what do you call it? Into free dungeons. Because when you use it, it's consumed, but it allows you to instantly descend 30 floors deeper into the dungeon. That's important, 30 floors. The reason that I want to hit level 61 is so I can wish for a level 61 free dungeon, and then I can enter it, use 2 divers, and instantly go to floor 61. Uh, the further you go into a dungeon, the higher level the enemies are, and the more interesting the rewards become. And oh wow, that's all right. We can deal with this. So floor 61 will have very high, what do you call it, experience rewards in the bonus list. Uh, we want that because we're going to use it to instantly level up a bunch of characters for the purposes of unlocking classes. There we go. Now, if we were to try to level those classes by just grinding, it would be hours and hours and hours. We're not going to do that. That's not what we're going to do. Instead, we're going to put in a tiny, tiny bit of grinding right here, and we'll get to level 61, and then we'll abuse a couple of divers. Oh, because I destroyed it. That's fine. We'll abuse a couple of divers to instantly unlock a bunch of stuff. Uh, this is kind of the the kind of most exciting thing we've done so far in this file is when we exploited 4.5 to skip straight to, what was it, level 58. What we're going to do with the free dungeon and the 2 divers is the next like really big, exciting, weird time skip maneuver that we're going to pull off. Let's go back over here. So I'm just going to grind to level 61 here real quick. What are we at right now? Yeah, 59. There we go. So you'll notice I'm using the castle's attack bonus to increase my damage, so it only takes 3 hits. And then on the third, when I land the killing blow, I'm switching over to the academy to increase my experience gain. I think that's optimal for this, just for where my stats just happen to be. No. Yeah, there we go. I want you to get in there. Should be just one more after this and we'll hit 61. 61 is a really convenient level for our purposes here. Oh wow. It's not letting me have to enter and exit. I'll have to do that again on the way back. No, hammer attack. Hammer time. So what was I saying? I don't remember. But yeah, we're gonna be hitting 61 here very very shortly. Let's see, invite academy, and then we'll be moving on to more exciting stuff. I am glad we found that syringe. That was a good find. That's going to save us a tiny bit of time later on, because otherwise I would have gone to steal one from 3.3, kind of like we stole that bomb from 3.6. But we don't have to do that. Let's see. Level 60. Okay, yeah. One more should do it. One more will do it. 3, 4. Castle. And then I'll probably go ahead and end this video. So in the next one, we're going to grab one more diver. It's going to be a lot quicker than the way that we did it this time, because I'm going to be getting it from a different place. And then after that, we'll make some characters, and we'll cheese the free dungeon in order to unlock a bunch of really good, really useful stuff. New classes, new spells, uh, all kinds of stuff. Items. Let's do this. Yeah. Get a little. There we go. Almost done here. Level up. Okay, so we're 61 now. All right. Now I could have done that off camera, but I'm kind of like on principle. I kind of want to record everything so nobody thinks that I'm like lying about what I've achieved in in 3.5 hours. So we're gonna save, and that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in again next time. We're gonna be doing some cool stuff, and see you there.